Big Dave, do you know who was second behind Javon Carter in minutes off the Bulls bench tonight?
Was it the one and only Dalen Terry?
It was your boy, Dalen Terry, who played 21. I assume you want to touch on some of what we saw from Dalen tonight.
Oh, sure, we
saw a lot of wonderful things from Dalen tonight.
We did. If I'm not, 7 points and was it 4 rebounds?
Yep, 7-4, a dime and a block.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, a dime and a steal. And 1 of 1 from the 3-point line.
Yes, that started it off. Honestly, that started it all off. Was that confident looking shot he got, which was the correct pass within the rotation of how it was going around the horn. And Kobe, you know what I'm saying, was the last one, and he got it right over to him. And I mean, just the confidence that he does and that he shoots with, man. As soon as it went up, I was like, oh, that looks right. Yeah. That looks correct. Splash. He didn't react. He just kept moving down the floor. I mentioned the fast break that he got. From Ayo, because again, Dalen is awesome in transition.
Yeah.
That's really where he thrives.
He's a solid decision maker in transition.
Oh, really is. You saw him get a few quick minutes at point guard. Just not long, but you just saw him get a few quick minutes up there. That says a lot to me about Billy trusting, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. Trusting him a little bit. Again, not a ton, you know what I mean? But he trusted him a little bit to do that. But of course, the lay that he had, man, the reverse lay that he came and put on, that he had everybody say, oh, look at that. And me just say, I know. It's what he can do. Dalen Terry, he's getting comfortable and getting more confident. Him having those minutes, and the best thing I can say about it is, he did foul. Did he foul a 3-point shooter? I feel like he fouled a 3-point shooter. I feel like he fouled.
I think so.
100.
Yeah,
okay. Outside of that play, I can't really point to something on Dalen Terry where I was just like, damn it, you know what I mean? Like, and that's a huge compliment I can give my main man right now, is he looked more calm tonight. He looked more calm and kind of into it. I don't know if it was because he got more playing time or whatever, but he just looked more calm when he was out there playing, man. And it's always fun to see Dalen do good.
What did you think about his game tonight, Will?
He's been a little bit out of the rotation lately.
Yeah.
He had the injury a couple of weeks ago now, and then was healthy, but was a healthy scratch for a few games.
Yes.
And then last game, I should say, and tonight he's back in the rotation. He looks really comfortable. Had a couple of huge dunks. He's just making plays. And I think one of the concerns that we had about him in summer league and in preseason, and even dating back to last year, was like, all right, this guy is pretty thin, pretty skinny, does not have a super tight handle, is a good passer, but because he's not really a shooting threat, he can't get downhill and attack closeouts to where he can really utilize that passing. He's gotten a lot better at the jump shot. It looks so much more clean. Obviously, there's going to be the air ball here and there.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress still, but like the mechanical improvement from last year to
his
this year
elbow is so much better than it was.
Yeah.
And again, maybe, and I think somebody brought his name up in the comments too when we mentioned Peter Patton earlier, but like, his elbow is like, it used to be all wonky and out here when he shot that 3, and now it's tucked in.
And so now it's like, okay, if you're going to leave me wide open, there's like a decent chance I'm going to make this 3. If not, you get out to me. I'm going to attack a closeout. I'm going to put my passing on display. He's obviously put on a ton of muscle as well, so he is able to finish through traffic a little bit better. And I think he's still very raw, but he's a very, very good defender. He understands where to be. He's really rugged. He gets into guys. Like he's just a good player. And I think the shooting in particular really opens up his game in a way that like allows you to kind of, even if it's not going to be like where he's a shooter, right? Where he's like a shooting threat, just drawing the defense away from the rim a little bit, and then he can attack closeouts. He's a really good passer. He's getting better at finishing. I just think he's like starting to come into his own a little bit.
Speaking of that passing, Connor said in the comments, one underrated thing about Dalen, he can actually make a post-entry pass.
He's a very good passer.
He's a really good passer.
That's the first thing. If you ask him what kind of player he is, the first thing he'll say is, I'm a big guard.
Yeah.
He's a good passer.
He's super unselfish, man. Like,
Gabriel in the comments saying Peter Patton working his magic on that Dalen 3. South Garcon saying Big Dave, our guy was balling out tonight.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was Garcon.
Luke saying Dalen Terry still frustrates me because you could so easily upgrade his bench position, meaning like a more productive player in that roster spot off the bench than Dalen. I mean, I certainly felt like that at a certain point, even in the early stretches of this season. I'm I've come back around a bit to the point where I want to see what else Dalen can do.
What?
And I just
He came back?
I'm back
Out of there.
Hey, I mean,
He's coming back? All right.
the effort is always there.
Sure.
And there is evidence of the mechanics getting better.
Yes.
So if that is there, and as Will, you just touched on, the evidence is also there that he's been putting some work in the gym and getting his body to a more NBA-sized, usable body, then he's got the motor.
He's got the motor.
His mechanics are getting better, and he's getting stronger. All of these things lead me to want to see more of what he is capable of.
Yeah, exactly. It's called patience and getting your game together.
I don't have
That's what it's called. But I do. I have tons of it. And I know what I'm looking at sometimes. But Dalen
I also knew what I was looking at when we saw some glimpses of Dalen minutes, and I was not on board.
Sure, and understandable. You were understandable, but it was about time and him getting more acclimated, and then I can make those decisions like that. Now I'm not saying there ain't some players you could just look at Denzel Valentine and know that it's not going to be what you think it's or what most people think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Or even Doug McDermott. When I looked at him, I was like, I know what that is. But Dalen was a little bit different. You know what I mean? When I saw it, I was like, let me see him with some stuff on him. You know what I mean? Like building somebody on a video game, like giving him extra things. Like, no, give him a new suit. No, let's give him that. Yeah, let's give him this move here. All right, now let's see what he's got. So, but again, it's just good to see him growing in this and becoming more comfortable.
Anthony in the comments saying, not the biggest Dalen Terry fan, but he does give effort every time on the floor.
Bulls fans love effort.
Got to show him some love for that.
Got to show the effort.
Wesley saying, I'm still worried about Dalen's finishing package, but that reverse layup tonight was nice.
It was nice. And he is not afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And I love that about him, man. He does not care. He will fail out loud and is not afraid of doing it. That's important.
We all silly like the mayor.